Good morning, everyone. This is Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. This week we are using the Tarot of the Spirit to bring you some general messages for the collective regarding today's energies. So these messages are timeless, so whenever you happen to find this video and you're inspired to watch it, you're likely going to find a snippet here for you. But above all else, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Trust your own intuition. Tune into your inner guidance, your higher self, your spirit guides, so that whatever card comes up, you might receive your own personal messages and insights. Oops. There we go. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. One of water. That's lovely. You know, yesterday we got the Ace of Pentacles. Today we get the Ace of Cups. Open channel. Absolutely. So yesterday's opportunity, I'm just going to relate this because this is kind of how I'm seeing it, both of these together. Yesterday's opportunity was recognizing how we inevitably, by the nature of our very existence as human beings, channel divine creative life force energy into the world to create our life experiences and to co-create with those around us, right? So that being said, you know, we have that opportunity to how actively are we going to participate with our own life force that's coming through us and, you know, being channeled into the world. And, you know, having that balance of thought and emotion so that whatever it is that we do actively or physically, we're actually directing it with our higher self, with our consciousness, with our higher mind, in that sense. And so to see here the Ace of Cups with open channel reminds us, and the earth in the center, and that's just absolutely beautiful. It reminds us how the nature of reality is life force manifest into form. So source energy, divine energy, universal intelligence, however you want to describe it. The flow of that moves through us. And, you know, typically uses the water energy as a conduit for that. I mean, water is what brought life to Earth. Eventually. I mean, Earth, in the beginning, Earth went through many geological phases. I think like 4. There was a black planet, white planet, red planet kind of stuff going on. And then when we hit blue planet, that was the water energy, which then turned blue-green because we started getting the earth energy in there. So, you know, when you look at it from that sort of evolutionary standpoint, right? The life force, yes, all of the other elements needed to be into place, but that's like alchemizing creation, right? Putting this thing there and this thing there and this thing there, and it's all well, good and fine, but it's not going to do much just sitting there because it's going to have other interactions, but we want it to have this interaction. So you got to add just a drop of that, and then boom, the whole thing just explodes with a new level of creation, right? And so I'm getting this sort of this vision of this alchemizing process, and recognizing as individuals that we are that drop of boom and life explodes. We are a part of that channel. We are a part of that water energy going through us. We are a part of that cup that water flows into and then overflows from. We're channeling that drop. We and every other form of life on this planet. And we bring life force and creative force to the other energies as well, like the core and the fire and the rock and the bedrock. We've imbued them with life force as well by being life on this planet. So the creator may have added that drop of water, and that was so strong that it was enough to get all sentient beings on the planet booming. And from that point on, every sentient consciousness on the planet, every channel of life force energy on the planet, not just imbued the planet with life force and a consciousness of its own, but we get to be a part of that continuously. We create it continuously. We keep it going. We keep that thermodynamic chemical reaction, alchemization moving through. So I'm picking up on, I know that's kind of out there, pretty out there messages. Thank you, Spirit, for practical use for the collective today. Meditation, journaling, and again, they're bringing up the energy that we got yesterday from that Ace of Pentacles. It's that opportunity to recognize and be an open, clear channel for your own higher self, for your own light to shine, for you to overflow and radiate out and emanate and pour out of yourself, not to depletion. You don't have a limited resource. That's why they're saying open the channel. From crown to root and root to crown. The full circuit, all the way around. Allow yourself to be filled up with your life force, with your universal source energy, however you want to describe it, right? Allow it to replenish itself, but don't be afraid of letting it spill out over the edges, because that type of fulfillment, which is represented by the Ace of Cups, that type of fulfillment is meant to be spilled out onto the earth to create more life. You are the fountain of youth. You are the fount of life. So letting this, and meditation is a great way to tap into that energy. So they're specifying meditation, they're specifying nature, being in nature, and they're really encouraging us to break free from a fear of lack, a fear of, but if I give it away, then I won't have enough. You can manage things, you know? It's not about what you're giving away, is do you believe that you're going to get back? And it's not to give away with the intent of receiving back, right? That can get imbalanced very quickly. It's more of giving away because you know the more you give away, the more comes back to you. And that's a law of nature. So there's definitely something, especially considering that there could be some new opportunities in front of you. There seems to be something about going after the thing that has the fulfillment, that there's a constant return and reciprocity here between you and a situation, you and a person, you and a project, you and the universe in general. There's a consistent reciprocity and a nurturance, a mutual nurturance that helps to balance the give and take, so that being generous doesn't mean that you're depleting yourself, and receiving doesn't mean that you're hoarding. There's some kind of a balance to this flow of give and take that's not talking about, that's going beyond quantity, that's going beyond quality, and that's tapping into the very basic energy of the more fulfilled you are, the more flows out of you. And the more flows out of you, the more that you will receive back. And you have to be open on both sides of that channel. You have to be open to overflow so that it's spilling out into the world around you. And you have to be open to then receive back so that you are naturally replenished. So opening and clearing the channel, meditation is a great way to do that. Body movement could also be a great way to do that. So yoga, qigong, dance, yogic dance, meditative dance, belly dance, whatever kind of dance. But being in those spaces, or even just like walking a labyrinth, or doing a walking meditation, a mindfulness walking meditation. So something where you're incorporating not just like the mental, spiritual, like higher chakra energy, but you also want to incorporate the lower chakras and have a grounding that's going on, but it's not necessarily a sedentary grounding. If you're going to be doing a sitting meditation, like outside in nature, or you know, something of that that genre, there needs to be some kind of a movement. So either focusing on the flow of vibration and energy through your body, so that you have these chakras, all chakras active and grounded. You're open at the root and you're open at the crown, and you're flowing the energy through you. Or also, if you use movement instead of, so you're either consciously moving the energy through the body, or you are consciously not just moving the energy through the body, but also putting the body in motion, as in a walking meditation, a labyrinth meditation, a dance, or movement. Again, yoga, tai chi, qigong, shakti dance, belly dance, whatever the case might be, whatever makes your skirt fly. Even, and again, not just like qigong or tai chi, but other martial arts. Yoga might not be for martial art per se, but when you look at karate or kung fu, in terms of the forms that they use, Tai Chi is another one. It's yes, it's a martial art, but the forms are about you working with your body and working with the energy around you. Now, granted, it can be directed at the world around you, but it's working with your own body and your own energy. And so in that way, it can be super beneficial. The same way that yoga is working with your own body and your own energy, and influencing, your health from the inside out, right? Martial arts does the same thing. It just uses the more of a warrior technique than, well, I don't know for sure, but in any case, you get my point. Meditate and move your body at the same time as you're meditating. Open up the channel on both ends, get this flow going. Don't be afraid to overflow if you put your faith in the fact that you know that you will be replenished, because you're inviting in and accepting the flow to come back to you, as it naturally always does. Peace and blessings to all of you. If I remember to do so, I will link the video from yesterday in the description box below. So if you missed it, then you can catch it there. But that was the Ace of Pentacles one. So to have this week's energy, have that Ace of Pentacles, and then the next day have that Ace of Cups, I'm feeling like really, really strong really strong guidance that these two are like the right hand and the left hand of creator, divine feminine type of energy. And yet there's also a divine masculine aspect here in terms of the activity and the movement, and the participation in this, right? So I feel like this could be balancing a lot of yin and yang, divine masculine, divine feminine energy, in a creative, in almost like the feminine creative process, in terms of moving forward. Again, whether it's a goal or a project or a manifestation or something, or just personal evolution in some fashion. But I feel like these things are balancing and coming together. So if I remember to, and I certainly hope that I do, I'll put that link in the description box below as well for that Ace of Pentacles video. So yeah, let me know what you think of that, and if this is playing out in some specific fashion in your life that you feel, really strongly. Feel free to share if you'd like. Thank you again so much for being here. Wishing you all peace and blessings and that wonderful overflowing energy of satisfaction. Again, the more you let overflow, the more will come back to replenish you. It's a beautiful cycle. Lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your day.